Am I live? I think I'm live. Awesome. Cool. So I am supposed to be I'm doing a spot of journaling this morning, but you know, sometimes it's more fun to journal with other people. So I thought I'd jump on Google Hangouts and see what this live business is all about and see if anybody wants to come and journal with me. It's cool. Let me get rid of some of these boxes up here. I hope this is working. Yeah, I think it is. Okay, I think I just muted myself and then unmuted. Yeah, I think this is good. So I've got my tea, because when you journal, you must have tea. And this is Vision Tea for clarity. Really beautiful. Can you see that? How beautiful is that tea? It just says, oh, let's drink some tea and journal, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm having an amazing morning because I got up this morning and started to do some swatches because that's part of my That Creative Challenge for the month of March, is to do a bit of swatching. And I was doing a bit of journaling in general. And I have found that I think dreams are actually made of. It's the most beautiful thing. And it comes from here. This is a little Daniel Smith dot tester page that I got with a package that I bought from Jane Davenport, some supplies, and this came in the box with it. And it took me ages to get around to using it. And I think I was hoarding it away, you know, keeping it for something special. And I finally started using it. And I kind of wish I hadn't now, because I just want Daniel Smith watercolors from now on till forever. And they're quite expensive. So it just puts a whole new thing on my art journaling. But doing my dot testing, I have discovered a color, a paint called Kyanite Genuine. Now, this is a series 4. I don't know what that means. All I know is it is the most incredible shade of blue, kind of like the color of the sky just before dawn. And it is filled with silver mineral type, silver gemstone speckles. If I tried to show you, I don't think it would come up. I just don't think you would catch it in this light, no. But to see it in real life, I just can't believe how beautiful it is. Kyanite Genuine by Daniel Smith. Wow. It's everything. It's like dreams. It is literally the color of dreams. It is so amazing. I can't believe it. And I have to have it. And I have to have it. Okay, so I did say that this was about Hobonichi because I was going to start journaling. I do my everyday journaling in my Hobo. And I realized that I've not done a video at all about my Hobonichi. I think that was because I was just trying to keep it for me a little bit and get to know it and get to use it, because it's an A5 size Hobo, which I've never used before. This is my first time this year to go that size, and I just wanted some time, I think, to get in there and, I don't know, just to build a relationship with it, which I'm doing. So here it is. Yeah, so I do my daily in here, in the Hobo. The cover is a Chic Sparrow, and it comes from their Odyssey. And the particular name is, I believe it's Athena. Odyssey, Athena. I'm pretty sure it is. And it's quite a special one because it's stunning. You know, it's absolutely stunning. But it actually comes marked. So if you look up close, it's got speckles and things like that on it. So it looks, and on the back, big stains that they put there deliberately. And they tell you, they make sure you know when you're purchasing it online, they really make a point of saying, you know that this is going to come stained. You know that it's going to look different to how it does in the picture. You know that it's going to have big marks on it. So, you know, that's exactly what you get. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And if you look on the inside too, speckles and stains in there. I've barely taken this one out of the house. I mean, I will eventually, but I've been holding this really close, actually, these last few months. And it's, I don't know, I just, from the moment I pulled it out of the packaging, and you know, the packaging, I have to say, wasn't particularly good. Considering it came all the way from America to Australia, I expected it to be in a box. It wasn't. It was in a dust bag, put in an envelope, a postage envelope. And I was kind of surprised about that. However, when I opened it up and pulled it out, I knew that it was love and that we would be together forever. So, you know, I kind of forgot about the packaging pretty much straight away and just fell in love with this beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, so that's the cover. Inside is the Hobonichi Techo cousin. So that is an A5 Hobonichi planner. And I am so glad that it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I can't even begin to tell you. As a planner, now I use it as a journal, a daily journal. So I probably, well, I wouldn't say I don't get the full capacity of a planner, but as a planner, it's incredible. There's like maybe 3 or 4 different sections inside it of. So there's monthlies. Oh, it's so bright in here. There's monthlies in here. So it's July, August, September, October, November, December. So it goes like that. I actually use that section as a tracker. My social media numbers and things like that. I made these stickers here. And oh, sorry, quite bright. I've got a very big bright window in my studio because you've got to have beautiful light. So everything is a bit bright in here when I hold it up to the computer. But yeah, so I use it as a little tracker. So that's the first section. And then there's the monthly overview section. Starts from like December, but let me show you my February. Here we go. So then there's a monthly overview section that you can use, and I use that specifically for planning out things that I'm doing with the wildlife, my creative business. I do that specifically in here. So each month gets a double page spread like that. It's excellent. And then there's the dailies. Oh, no, sorry. Then there's another weekly section. So each month broken down into weekly columns. Let me show you that. I need to make some tabs. That's what I need to do. But, okay, here we go. And I'm not using this so much because I actually have a Midori that I do my dailies in. But I have slowly been moving into here. So then each month has a breakdown of the days. A week, each week, this is a whole week, and then the days in column form. So I do go in here and write down what I want to get done each day. My list is far longer than what I ever get done. And then there is the actual daily pages, which are like this. So a day to a page for every single day of the year. And that's your 3 basic sections. And you know, you don't need any other book. It's amazing. You could literally, like you can, and people do, and you can plan your whole life in this book. And I'm sure that as we progress through the year, I'm going to end up moving pretty much everything into this book and into this journal. It's phenomenal. Considering that there is a whole year, it's thin, but because it's top layer of a paper, and it's incredible. It's the most incredible paper. And yeah, so considering there is an entire year in here, and you can plan in 3 to 4 separate ways for the whole year. You can do weeklies, you can do dailies, you can do monthlies, you can do everything. And amazing. I don't think, from what I've seen, there is a planner that comes close. You know, of course, there's planners that have more things set out for you, you know, that have more sections for you to put goals and plans. But I prefer not to have all of that because I like to set things out the way I want to set them out. So as far as planners go that have a pretty clear basic structure, there is no better planner than the Hobonichi. And A5, hell yeah. Hell yes. I'll never go back. This is it. This is everything to me. So anyway, I've been using it as my daily journal at the moment, just taking the time to get to know it, to get into it, to get used to the size, because before that I've only used the smaller size, which is here. So that's the A6, which is a great little size. My partner uses this size. That's the A6, and then that's the cousin, A5. And it is a good little size, but I just needed more room to paint, really, to write and to paint. So I have been using it. Ooh, my tea. Sip. I've been using it as my daily journal. So the idea is to come in here and create something, write something, journal something every day. Oh, and I love it. I love it. And I have an awful lot of creating to do and a lot of different projects on the go. But I dearly love to come to this book in the evenings. And sometimes I just don't have time. But we'll get to that in a sec. So far, it is actually hard to keep up with daily journaling, I think, when you're being creative in there too, and when you've got a lot of other creative projects on the go as well. So I try not to stress out too much about it. And I look at the week or even the month as a whole. And even if I can just come and prep some pages, even if I can just come and write a little bit here or there, this is kind of what we're at so far. This is January. My daughter's starting school. It's very exciting. So all of these pages wouldn't have been done in one go, in one night necessarily. I would like prep pages forward, or probably do a bit of writing every day, leave spaces to draw pictures in later, come back, fill it in, come back, do a bit more. So yeah, these things are not one sitting in one night. I do take time and come back to pages and move around and jump around a little bit, but they're a fairly good representation of what I'm doing that week at least, or even that month. See, there's gaps, and I'll come back to that. I have been really experimenting with different medium in here, This is alcohol markers, Ecoline alcohol markers, which I have had for so long, and every time I tried to use them, it just didn't work for me. And then all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, just connected. I just got them out on a whim, started making little marks on the page, adding water, and all of a sudden it happened. It happened, and I'm not looking back. It's awesome. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, and I use a lot of spray inks. So I like to push what I use on the paper and try out a lot of different things and see. So you do get through, but I'll work with that. I'm really okay with that. I'll just work around that and add more and probably put another picture in there. The paper is phenomenal though, I have to say. It's phenomenal. Generally with watercolor, there's not much that comes through, as you can see. There's a lot of paint on that page. Nothing's really come through. The ink that you're seeing here comes from the pen that I've been using. The ink that I've been using in my fountain pen. Generally, I've been writing in here. If you look at that, I've been writing with a MontBlanc fountain pen. This one here. Very, 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 very special pen that I was gifted by my father. And he had it. He's had it. It's got a really good story. He's had it since the 80s, where he was given it. And because look at it, it's so like power pen from the 80s. But it's got quite the legend behind it. The MontBlanc, you call it, it's the MontBlanc Meisterstuck number 149. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it in German. I think that's German. But it's quite a legendary pen. The legendary pen. Anyway, he got it in the 80s and he went to use it and broke it straight away because the function in there where you draw the ink up is quite sensitive. And he had no idea what he was doing. So he broke it and never, ever, ever used it again. And it was just sitting way in the back of the cupboard for, when was the 80s? 30 years ago or something. Ridiculous. So anyway, because he came to realize that I love paper and pens and ink and that, I'm passionate about that, he decided to gift me this pen. He got it fixed first. He took it to the fancy pen store and he got it fixed and he gave it to me. And so I then was the first person to actually properly use this legendary pen. I don't have a lot of experience with legendary pens, but I tell you what, when I write with this, I've never felt anything like it. It just flows. It just flows, man. Yeah, that's a whole other video, really. But what I have put inside it, the color that I wanted was aquamarine, and the ink that I could find it in at that particular time, when I was on the Gold Coast, was this Edelstein aquamarine by Pelican aquamarine, and the color is amazing. It's absolutely stunning. I love, love, love everything about it. Do I have a clear edge of that color? Not really. Well, here, this one hasn't got much on it, so you can see. That's the color. That's what it's get really close. Can you just see the way the tone that it has as it writes? It's just the mark that it leaves, the shading in each individual letter, beautiful. And this on this fountain pen paper too. It's such a treat. Such a treat. It feels absolutely amazing. The most incredible pen I've ever written with, for sure. So anyway, the thing about it is though that the ink is not waterproof. So when I start to add washes of color on there, the ink then starts to go through the page. So there's a lot of shadowing under there, which is all that mess that you can see. So I've had to sort of branch out and use different inks as well, so that I can then work into the page, because it was getting a bit it's getting a bit difficult to work the page with the ink spreading everywhere. Yeah, so this is the dailies. This is how I've been going. And like I said, I don't do all this in one sitting, in one go. I kind of tend to do the whole week. And I prep the pages first, like this, and then come back to it later, because it takes a long time. It's a lot of effort. And these are latest ones from last night, where I've been using alcohol markers and spray inks. So that's the Hobonichi, and that's kind of where I've been going with it. We have a 60. Cool. So what I found though is my favorite thing to do in there is just use Winsor & Newton watercolors. Now at the moment in A Wild Like Creative, the challenge is swatches. So I wanted to do a swatch because we're live, and we might as well journal live because that's what we're here to do. So I wonder if I can point this down a little bit. You can see that. Might work a little bit. Anyway, you know what? Let's swatch some Daniel Smith, because these little testers aren't going to last forever. I might as well get them out there. So all I'll do is start by putting some water down, and then let's pick something luscious. This turquoise here. Look at that color. Oh my goodness. Stunning. What should we mix it with? Shall we mix it with rhodonite, perhaps, or amethyst? Okay, let's go amethyst. Let's go gentle rather than pow. Okay. That's gorgeous. Let's mix some Daniel Smith because that's how we roll. Oh, it's beautiful. So you see, the hobo has its quirks. It's not watercolor paper per se. It's not mixed media paper. It's fountain pen paper, so it ruffles. And you kind of got to get used to the quirks. And I have, and I've come to really, really like the quirks about it. I love the ruffle in it now. I do find it annoying sometimes. Ooh, wow. That's Swatch 1. You know what? We should write down what that is. And I'll use the fancy pen so you can see. That is, what was it? Phthalo turquoise. And amethyst genuine. Oh, it's a bit gorgeous. Let's do another one. Over here. Okay. What should we choose this time? Oh! Okay, let's go for rhodonite genuine because that's got a bit of power factor to it. Yeah, tell you what, I'm so partial to a bit of hot pink. Okay. Swatching. All right, there's some hot pink. What should we put with it? How about this Sleeping Beauty? Because what a great name. There we go. I need a bit more. It's not dark enough. Let's give it some. Okay. Right underneath what it is. What have we got? Rhodonite genuine. The way this pen flows. And Sleeping Beauty. Turquoise genuine. Series 5. Turquoise genuine. Sleeping Beauty. So the amazing thing about these watercolors, these Daniel Smith watercolors, is that they are made from the actual mineral. Here. They're made from the actual minerals. They mine the minerals and they crush them up and they turn them into paint, which is, you know, how they used to paint in ancient times, which they don't do anymore because that's expensive. And it's kind of a big deal, and we have so many synthetic ways to create paint and to create color now that we kind of don't need to do that. But when you do that, as Daniel Smith do, you find that you have the most incredible paint that anybody's ever used. And this stuff, I tell you, it just knows where to go. You know, there are some supplies and some tools that you use that when you use them, they make you better at what you do, like micron pens. That's what Daniel Smiths do. They just know where to go. It's amazing. So we should do another swatch. Come down here again. There we go. Over here. Let's try, I've got another one here. Let's try a totally different color. Let's try Carbazali Violet, I think. Bit of violet. Okay. And what should we mix it with? How about yellow? Let's do cadmium yellow, deep hue. Purple and yellow is everything. Nothing's there. All right. Nice. Yeah, let's write that down. Carbons only. Carbon violet. And cadmium yellow. Cool. Okay. So that is a bit of swatching. Of swatching of some of the finest watercolors in the world. Okay, well, I think I'm pretty much going to leave it there for now. This is my first Google Hangout ever, and I don't even know how long I've been on here, but I feel like I've been crapping on. So, yeah, cool. All right, I'm glad we came together and did some swatching. You know what? I want to do this all the time. This is fun. This is fun. Yeah. So happy journaling, and I will see you guys later. Bye.